Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you do enjoy the content here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are a subscriber, then boys, welcome back. We're here now, season 4 of this Ineos Grenadiers rebuild, or should we call it now the Team Sky rebuild, because of course Team Sky coming in midway through last season to take over sponsorship of this team. And boy, what a season it was last season. Magnus Sheffield with a second Strabianche in a row. Adam Yates stepping up with La Flèche-Wallonne, a win there. Tadej Pogačar, big injury, out for pretty much the second half of the season. And that led to Carlos Rodriguez having a good shot at the Tour de France on the back of winning La Vuelta the season before. Up here you can see Carlos Rodriguez, fantastic, now 26, re-signed with us as his contract was running out last year. But yes, he stood up, took charge and won the Tour de France. Team Sky, as it were, then was remade as Sky came in and took over ownership. We got our new jersey down here in the bottom left, as you would have seen it in the last episode. And then Adam Yates stepping up also and winning La Vuelta. So 2 Tour de France and 2 La Vuelta in a row for this rebuild here at Ineos /Team Sky. Season 4 though, we've got some names coming in. Of course, we've got Tom Pidcock rejoining. Not too happy with the management IRL prior to this rebuild in real life, but now in this rebuild he's taken a few seasons at Q3 6.5, but now at 28 years of age, Tim Pidcock rejoins. We've got some other guys coming in as well. Oscar Onley, exciting 25-year-old, comes in there. Max, Paul, a couple of other guys. Not super heavy changes throughout the squad. But yeah, exciting to get this season underway. Move across to planning. We've done again our kind of setup here. As always, there are some tweaks and stuff that we need to make. We can see we've got, for example, here Matteo Jorgensen. I just dropped in the Tour de Alps right on the back of the Amstel Gold Race. That's probably not the best scenario to have. And I went quite heavy with Ben Healy here as well. 96 race days compared to, you've got Carlos Rodriguez on 48. So still some tweaks that I need to make, and we'll do that as the season progresses. The kind of idea at the moment is going to be Adam Yates tackling the Giro, as you can see here, alongside Matteo Jorgensen. Jorgensen finishing second at the Giro last year, so maybe he might make that one step extra up onto the first place position, or maybe Adam Yates, or even someone like Ben Healy, might come as a surprise if he has a few good stages. We move forward then, and it's going to be Carlos Rodriguez who will be heading up our Tour de France charge, as it were. We've actually got 11 guys registered on there at the moment, so again you can see I do need to make some tweaks. Adam Yates is going to be our man going for I'll just take him off there actually right now. Adam Yates is going to be going for the Giro and La Vuelta, so we are I'm just going to take Lamperti off there. I think that was actually what I was aiming to do. Carlos Rodriguez heading up with Tom Pidcock with support, Joshua Tarling, Ben Healy again that run for the mountains, Rafferty, Max Paul, Archie Ryan, Thomas Gloag. Probably going to be the squad, but of course Pogačar back and racing this season. It's not going to be perhaps as easy as it was last year. And then we scroll to La Vuelta as well, and you can see again I've got 9 riders registered, and we only need 8, so I just need to go through. I think it was Archie Ryan was the one that I hadn't matched up with our planning for fitness. I think that's right. Tom Pidcock, I don't know if he's actually gonna go. I think we need to change that around again. He's not going to hit a fitness peak in time off the back of a Tour de France, but we'll see. Again, we need to make some changes here, so this isn't set in stone, but kind of as we were last season. Carlos Rodriguez tackling the Tour, Adam Yates going after the Giro and La Vuelta. Matteo Jorgensen, of course, is going to be very important for us, and Tom Pidcock rejoining to see what he can do for us as well. Can he step up and take a Grand Tour whilst he's in the kind of prime of his career right now? We need to head over to Lucca in Italy again for our kind of standard pre-season training camp. So we're going to go in here for 3 days, invert selection. That's going to cost us just shy of 35,000 euros to send the boys, but that is now booked. Fitness-wise, everybody's set to normal, as is my kind of normal tactic pre-season. We don't go too heavy. We don't want to have any riders really tiring themselves out into the season. And that's pretty much it for the setup for this season 4, guys. Exciting times ahead off the back of a great season 3 and some really drama-filled shenanigans. And one thing that I should point out as well when we talk about drama, guys, if I go to the right screen, if I put search on and we go to Riders Free in 2029, get a load of this, guys. If you like your drama from last season, this is going to be some drama this season. Tadej Pogačar, Milan, Van der Poel, Vingegaard, Evenepoel, Philipsen, Binny Gamay, Tim Murray, Wout van Aert. The names just keep going. And these are riders, as you can see here, free in 2029. All these riders are going to be in contract talks, whether they're with their current teams or other teams at the end of this season. You've got the big 3 at Alpecin, Jasper Philipsen, Remco and Mathieu van der Poel, all up for availability potentially. Tadej Pogačar, Jonas Vingegaard. It's crazy. Guys, I got a cheeky little eye on Binny and Gamay. Imagine next season, season 5, get this, hashtag Sky Binny. Sky Binny might be a thing for season 5. I'm keeping an eye on that. He's still only 27. We love a bit of Binny. There's just so many good names. Ciccone, Groenewegen, Niels Pollitt, Thibaut Nice, Ben O'Connor. There's just so many great guys here, guys. The list just keeps going. The end of the season is going to be nuts, and we're going to see some big transfers. I'm sure of it. But we'll keep an eye on this, see how things go. Top names, like I say, probably Binny's the one that I think would be fun to have for season 5. Okay, and before we head off into the season, we need to look at our rider to watch, and I think we have to go with Carlos Rodriguez, the man who won the Tour de France last season in season 3, is going to be Team Sky's rider to watch this year. I've just come over to the Tadej Pogačar page as well, whilst we're in this season 4 on the 1st of April. Of course, season 3, massive injury, fractured vertebrae, basically ruling him out from mid-season right through to the end of the season. Wasn't back until kind of November, December time. And I thought we'd just check in to see what the start of the season has been like in season 4 for the 29-year-old. And right now you can see right-hand side, guys, here we are, patella tendon tear out until mid-April. His season only getting underway in the Fournardèche Classique, where he got injured with a DNF, and therefore his career has been shortened in that season 3. 17 victories, but then dropped all the way to 16th in the individual rankings after that injury. But due to be back probably sort of like mid-April, get some training in, and then at the moment so far they've penned him in for Liège-Bastogne-Liège. What a return race that would be, the Eschborn-Frankfurt and the Giro d'Italia, where we're going to be sending Adam Yates and Mads Jorgensen. So a little bit frustrating or a little bit dangerous to see that Tadej is going to be facing us in the Giro. But I'm hoping that when we do a season recap, we've been able to take advantage of this situation early in the season with this patella tendon tear. Of course, not nice to see a rider getting injured, but with him out, you know, it does give people on our team a chance. So we'll see how we're able to take advantage of that. But yeah, not a good season to start out with for Pogačar so far, especially considering that big injury last season. We're at pre-transfer market time here in May, so we've got a couple of months to go until August, but you can see a big chunk of Team Sky riders looking to be out at the end of this season. Adam Yates, Pickering, Ricky Teller, Ryan Askey, Turner Glogel and Perty Wright, Simon Yates as well, TGH, KV and Ben Tullett, all potentially out at the end of this season. I think there's a couple of names here like Ben Tullett and I think TGH as well that just haven't put in those kind of performances that I would have liked. Perhaps Fred Wright as well hasn't really stepped up in these couple of seasons since he's been with us. So maybe these are the kind of names that might be on the way. I think everyone else kind of really performing where we need them to be, you know, Pickering, Archie, Ryan Lewis-Askey, etc., providing some great support for our main guys. But if we free up the space with those, then I'm thinking, you know, we've got a shortlist here. We said it before, Sky Binney, he could be a rider in season 5, our final season on this rebuild. I like Derek G as well, the Canadian, now getting a little bit older, but still a lot to offer, and could join us potentially from Israel Premier Tech. And then there's Caden Groves coming up for availability from Alpecin de Koenig as well, who would provide some great support, especially if we got Binney as well. I mean, having these two guys would be a great addition to kind of bulk up that area of the team. The transfer markets are open now. It's the 1st of August. I have actually just gone through a negotiation with Derek G, who just did that off camera, and he is going to sign for 2 years for €40,000 a month. So the Canadian will join us, but we've still got some moves to make for Caden Groves and Sky Binney, as I hope is going to be next season. And then we have shortlisted the rest of the Sky Riders that we want to bring back for the final season 5. I've just ramped past the other guys, but yeah, TGH is going to move on now, 33. We'll let him go. Slightly underwhelming performance for us so far, but has had a few good performances. But I feel we're going to make a little bit of a different move here with these 3 other guys we want to add on. Kevin as well, moving out. I always hate to say that last name, as you've probably figured out in these previous episodes. It's a tricky one. But KV will be looking to move on, as well as Ben Tullett, who's been decent enough for us. But again, I'm just trying to make some room here for some moves from Caden Groves, Derek G, and Biniam Gamai. So we'll go into the Caden Groves contract talk here. 29 years of age at the moment, €39,000 a month. Let's open up some talks here. Length, not happy with 1 year, so okay, we'll go with 2. Important rider, and let's not move that up too much. Let's try 32. I think it should be good. It's not too bad. I don't really want to offer more than important rider or more than 2 years, because it'll be 31/32 at the end of that. Let's try and go a bit more money for 40,000, and that makes it all the better for him. So 40,000 a month for 2 years. Important rider Caden Groves will join from Alpecin de Koenig to Team Sky next year. And then we go to Biniam Gamai, who we're going to try and sign here. 1 year, that is not going to be good. Let's try 2. He's on 88,000 starting, but his current real is 152,000. I'm going to put this up to 100 and see if that will work for us. No, he still wants more than that, so I'm probably going to have to go 115 maybe. And it isn't enough. I was going to go 110. I pushed to 115, and Biniam Gamai denies signing for Team Sky for next season. Okay, so I've just gone through and managed to renegotiate for everyone. The only one that was a little bit tricky was Luke Lamperti. We were very close to maybe losing out for him, but we have managed to get that deal done. So we will go across now to make these confirmations. That Groves, Yates, Pickering, Ricky Tello, Ryan Askey, Turner, Gloag, Lamperti, Wright, and Simon Yates are all going to be reconfirming as signing with Team Sky. Guys, I hope in this rebuild you like your drama. Not only have we had Adam Yates beating Pogačar to the Tour de France by 2 seconds, not only have we had Sky retaking over the sponsorship of this team, not only have we had Carlos Rodriguez winning a Tour de France. It continues. Look at this transfer market news, guys, before we go into season 5 next year. Tadej Pogačar, injuries last year, ruling him out for the second half of the season. Injuries this year, meaning he's not been on song. Looking for a new challenge. He's moving away from UAE Team Emirates and will join Soudal Quickstep, as you can see, next year. UAE not resting on their laurels. They've taken that money, they've offered a bumper contract to Jonas Vingegaard, and he will be replacing them Pogacar at UAE as their main leader. And not only that, if we go further down a couple of places, we'll get back to Remco and Binny in a second, but Wout van Aert, the man who's contributed to so much of Vingegaard's success at Visma Lease Bike, will also then move to UAE. It is crazy. Remco Evenepoel, of course, left Soudal Quickstep that Tadej is now going to a couple of seasons ago when he went to Alpecin de Koenig, and now he has been offered a bumper payday to go to Team Visma Lease Bike to replace then Vingegaard. Binny Gamay, Sky Binny is not gonna be Sky Binny. We offered him that contract, of course, rejected. He now then signed a move to Alpecin de Koenig from Intermarché for next season. Of course, we've spoken about Wout van Aert, and then comes Juan Ayuso, the young Spaniard, possibly feeling like he was going to be given that leadership role, but the fact that they've now got Vingegaard and Wout van Aert coming in, Juan Ayuso is off. No more, he says, and he is off to a Movistar for next season. There's, of course, Derek G that we signed from Israel Premier Tech. And guys, Primož Roglič was retiring. He announced a retirement for next season, but he has now reversed that decision and will be joining EF EasyPost for next year. There's Caden Groves as well, of course, signing for us from Alpecin de Koenig for next year. And then back to EF EasyPost, as not only have they persuaded Roglič to stop retirement and keep going, they've then backed that up with some very nice moves in the kind of climbing department, with Sepkus, the American, joining from Visma Lease Bike. And I just had to catch my breath for the final one here. Ben O'Connor joining also EF EasyPost next year from Jayco Alula. So EF EasyPost really making some big moves in the market to improve their climbing department, and GC hopes. But of course, Tadej, I think, really setting off this chain of transfers with him leaving, Vingegaard coming into UAE, Remco then going to Visma. It's been a bonkers season, and we're already in the 3rd of August, and there's a bunch of other names still available in the transfer market that we have yet to see confirm their moves for next season. Okay, we just got to drop in for a couple of seconds just over on equipment suppliers as well, just to renew our frames with Pinarello. So get them signed up. Nice. And then also on wheels, we need to find Shimano, who we're going to sign with us for another 3. Being all done. Guys, all the racing done is said and done for season number 4 then. What an absolute crazy season it has been. We need to jump over to the highlights and show you if there's been any success for the team. I know there has been a little bit, but I don't know the full extent. So let's head on over. In the other classics then, it was another result for Magnus Sheffield, back to back Strade Bianche wins. Absolutely love to see it. This year we don't defend La Flèche Wallonne that Adam Yates won last year. That now goes to Egan Bernal, who also then wins the San Sebastian Classic. There's some wins there for Jonathan Milan, Ina Rubio, and a couple of guys. Thibaut Nice winning the E3 is a nice one to see as well. Move over to the monuments, and it has been a poor season for Tadej this year, but he does finish the season strong by securing E Lombardia on what otherwise has been a season to forget for him. Tom Pidcock for us, finishing there in 3rd as well as 2nd in Liège-Bastogne-Liège. In the national championships, nothing to speak of there for our team. We'll just keep those names up for a few seconds so you can see the winners in those. We move across to the Worlds and the Euros. Unfortunately, no wins here for our boys. Magnus Sheffield doing a fairly good job in the time trial at the Worlds, but that went to Kasper Asgreen, the Stefan Kuhn of Groupama FDJ there in 2nd. Jonathan Milan takes the Euros road race, Vasek the time trial, and it's Olaf Koy winning the World Road Race with Wout van Aert second and Mathieu van der Poel in third. But success, and some big success in the other major tours. Thomas Gloag, one of our riders here, winning the Santos Tour Down Under. Did not expect necessarily him to step up there, but he does. Got a few good results, and then the team continued support to make sure he went across the line and gets that win. Carlos Rodriguez continues up the back of last year's Tour de France win by winning Paris-Nice as well as the Dauphiné. So absolutely cracking season so far for Carlos Rodriguez. And Max Poole stepping up to win the Tour de Suisse. Absolutely love to see that. What was he riding for before? Team Picnic Post-NL joined us this season and wins a Tour de Suisse. And in the Grand Tours, guys, oh my god, it has been a good season. Would you take a load of this? Adam Yates now steps up to really become part of a small club. You know, riders that have managed to win the Giro, the Tour and the La Vuelta in their career. Since rejoining us now, he has now won each of those 3 Grand Tours. Absolutely fantastic. Over in La Vuelta, he came very close also to winning that as well. Felix Gore, who finished third, was leading the general classification for some time coming into the final stage, and we overtook him. So if it wasn't for Juan Ayuso, who went on to win it, we could have done the double there with Yates. But second place for Yates in La Vuelta, as well as winning the Giro. And then Carlos Rodriguez, given the opportunity once again at the Tour this year to defend his title, and he steps up, and that is now back-to-back Tour de France wins and his 3rd Grand Tour win in this Ineos Grenadiers / aka now Team Sky build. And would you get a load of this? Andrew August stepping up as a super domestique for Rodriguez in the Tour de France and finishes second, as well as getting the 25 and under classification white jersey. What a season for Team Sky. It's been a fairly successful team season for a number of our guys. If you look through here, even down here, Lamperti, Glow, Turner, Riccitello, Rafferty, Tarling, Vernon, Simon Yates as well with a couple of wins, Quinn Simon with 2, as well as Joe Blackmore and Andrew August there again. Ethan Hayter stepped up with 3, TGH with 3 as well before he leaves us at the end of this year. Max Poole coming in getting 3, and Tom Pidcock. Let's just stop by old Tommy there just for a second to see how his season had gone. There wasn't any general classification wins, but there were 3 victories throughout the season for him. So a somewhat of a mild return to the team. But yes, overall, I mean, 3rd at Lombardia, not too bad. 2nd in Liège-Bastogne-Liège. 4th at the Azulia Basque Country. 2nd in the Stade Bianche. And 3rd in the Santos Tour Down Under. So some respectable positions. Well done to him. But possibly next year in our final season 5, hopefully he can make an additional step up and do some good things for us. Ben Healy then with 4 victories. Magnus Sheffield, of course, with 4 with that Stade Bianche win again. Of course, Adam Yates, 4 victories, but you know, he was really focused on those tours. 2nd in La Vuelta, as we just showed you, and winning the Giro. Absolutely legend. Mattia Jorgensen stepping in with 5, and we need to give a shout here to Oscar Onley coming in this year. In the 2028 season, 7 victories. Back at the beginning of the year, the Cycliste de Marseille, he finished first, as well as the first winning Milan-Torino. Absolutely love to see that. Then, you know, a couple of off races, the Paris-Roubaix, 113th. But stepped back and came back into it in La Roche-Chalon to finish 20th. There was a 5th at the Tour de Hungary, 2nd in the Dauphiné. And then the Giro della Toscana he won, as well as the Croatia road race, and then finished late on after not doing so well in Lombardia, came back 4 days later to win the Giro del Veneto. So absolutely wonderful season for the man that rode for Team Picnic Post-NL previously. 0, 2 and 5 victories in the previous 3 seasons to joining us this year, but steps up and has a great season for Team Sky. And then, of course, this Carlos Rodriguez, back-to-back Tour de France winner now for us. in this 28 season. 11 victories overall. A slow start at the Algarve de Bicicleta, but went on to win at Paris-Nice, as we saw in the major tour list. There was third at Isulia Basque Country, got a DNF in the Giro d'Italia, but if we look through there, it was pretty much an off race for him. He just wasn't performing. Got third from Parma to Genova, but after stage 14, the DNF locking in. Rebounded though with a win at the Dauphiné, as we saw, so fantastic to come back to the top of things. And then of course after the national championships, there was that Tour de France GC win, and then a pretty slow start to, a slow finish I should say, to the end of the season with the UCI World Euros, and then also finishing in the Tour of Guangxi in China, where he actually provided support for Andrew August to win that more minor tour. But overall, fantastic result for Carlos Rodriguez this season. That's now 3 Grand Tour titles with us at Team Sky. And then our rider of the season was our rider to watch, Mr. Carlos Rodriguez, winning Paris-Nice, winning the Dauphiné, and winning the Tour de France back to back. We did have to put him into the Giro as well, a couple of injuries there, meaning that he had to step up. So there was the potential of a double Grand Tour win, but nonetheless, even though he got a DNF, Adam Yates went on to win the Giro for us. But yes, Carlos Rodriguez winning back-to-back Tour de France, as well as that Paris-Nice and a Dauphiné. Carlos Rodriguez is Season 4's rider of the season. Alright then guys, great season here in Season 4, absolutely drama-packed and a successful season once again for Team Sky. Going to look forward to the final season in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching guys, like, comment, subscribe, all of that groovy stuff, and I'll see you in part 5. Get out of here.